escapes me at the moment, who's born into a prosperous and loving family, raised in a supportive home, was popular with his peers, excelled in his classes. You know the scene I'm talking about. He was good looking and well educated. He grew up, got married, had several loving children, and died in a happy old age. You know what I'm talking about, right? Right? No, of course you don't, because that is the story of no saint ever. You won't find a saint in the church's calendar who lived without suffering. In fact, you won't find any human person in the history of the world who lived without suffering. You'll find plenty of examples of people who tried hard to avoid suffering. You'll find lots of excuses for non-saints and non-heroes. Stories about people who would have been heroes if everyone around them hadn't been such jerks. But I challenge you to find a man in the history books who had a good, easy, stress-free life filled with happiness and success. Think what our history books would have been like if our heroes had made excuses rather than face their suffering. I can imagine Abraham Lincoln saying to his children, well, I would have won the war if my generals had just done what I told them. Or imagine Winston Churchill whining to his wife that he just had to surrender to the Nazis because really, what chance did they have of winning when his own cabinet wouldn't support him? I can imagine Alexander the Great, no, we'll call him Alexander the Mediocre, explaining that he never conquered Greece because, well, the Greeks were really, really good soldiers. And I can imagine Jesus saying to the Sanhedrin, oh, fine, you don't want my help, then I give up. You guys sort all this out of yourself. I'm going to take a nap. But that's not how heroes do things. It's not the way saints do things. And it's not the way God expects you to do things. Because no one can keep you from being a saint. No one. Not your teacher, not your friends, not your boss, not even your enemies can keep you from being a saint. In fact, the harder they try, the greater saint you're likely to be, provided you are willing to face your suffering. A few days ago, I was complaining to a friend of mine. She's a Dominican nun named Sister Jane Dominic. No stranger suffering herself. We're working on a book together, and I was a little late getting in one of my drafts. So I was making excuses, whining to her about how, it's tough being a monk. Our numbers are down, the church is in crisis, the culture is against us, I've got too much on my plate, and I can't seem to get enough sleep, and blah, 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 blah. And one of those days she sighed and she said to me, well, Father, it would have been nice if Jesus had told us to pick up our marshmallows and follow him. But that isn't what he said, is it? I've got to admit, she has a point. I have another friend in the church business who likes to say, you can't expect to be more successful at your job than Jesus was. And look what they did to him. Well, the readings for the next 2 weeks of Lent are going to get pretty dark. From Jeremiah, terror on every side. Let us denounce him. All those who are my friends are on the watch for any mistake I make. So the Psalms, the waves of death surged around me, the destroying floods overwhelmed me, the cords of the netherworld enmeshed me, the snares of death overtook me. Or even this from the Gospel of John. I've shown you many good works from my Father. For which of these are you trying to stone me? And those are just some stage readings. The hadn't even gotten to the part where they captured, tortured, beat, bullied, and killed Jesus. Yeah, sorry guys, spoiler alert. Jesus dies at the end. But wait, that isn't the end, is it? You know the real spoiler that's coming too. He rises from the dead. But there's no resurrection without death and the burial. There's no heaven without a purgation. And as Mother Teresa said, love to be true must hurt. A couple of weeks ago, I got to preach at a senior retreat. I've been reading a sermon by an 18th century Puritan named Jonathan Edwards. The Puritans were a little, Puritan. And they were pretty big on hellfire and brimstone. And I was reading these sermons, and they're actually pretty entertaining. So I decided to adapt some of them for my talk to the seniors. The bow of God's wrath is bent, I bellowed, and the arrow made ready on the string, and justice bends the arrow at your heart. And strains the bow, and it is nothing but the mere pleasure of God, and that of an angry God, without any obligation at all. It keeps the arrow one woman from being made drunk with your blood. O sinner, consider the fearful danger you are in. The wrath of Almighty God is now undoubtedly hanging over a great number of this very congregation. So flee this wicked world. Be quick. Run for your lives. Don't look back. Escape to the mountain lest you be consumed. Yeah, that's pretty much the same reaction I got out of the seniors. Because come on, we don't really believe in hell anymore, do we? Isn't Jonathan Edwards just a little over the top? God's really, really, really nice. He wouldn't send anyone to hell, would he? Now, I'll tell you this much. For all their many faults, the Puritans at least knew what they were being saved from. And we may not remember Jonathan Edwards for his sermons on God's saving mercy. But it's rather hard to have a sense of that saving mercy when we don't know what God is saving us from. I've been reading another book this month by a black Southern Baptist minister. It's called The Cross and the Lynching Tree. There's some stuff in it that I find problematic, but he makes one observation that has changed the way I think about Jesus' death. And it's this. Jesus was lynched. An angry, lawless mob executed him in a demeaning and disgusting manner while the government turned a blind eye. It was horrifying and it was dehumanizing. And it took those early Christians 300 years before they started making sculptures and paintings of Jesus' death. So if you're wondering what the soldiers looked like when they laughed at Jesus on the cross, have a look at some of the photographs of lynchings. They're not hard to find. There are lots of them. Photographs are sold as postcards to tourists. Look at the faces in these photographs. Folks like you and me, laughing. Children with big smiles, pointing at charred corpses hanging from trees. And if you think it's a little early in the morning for such a graphic description, I remind you that we have sculptures of such an execution in every room of our school. Look at the crucifix and ask yourself, was that really necessary? You have 50 days of celebration coming up, during which you will be invited to reflect on Christ's glorious resurrection. But for the next 2 weeks, you'll be asked to meditate on his passion, his suffering, and his death. do this with a sincere heart, then I promise you your own suffering will lighten a little. Your suffering will begin to mean something because your suffering will be united with Christ. This is how you will find the courage to be saints. And this is how your suffering will save the world. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. As we continue our Lenten journey, we bring our needs to the Lord with trust and